Busby Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to Busby Radio. We have another episode for you guys ready to go this weekend. I picked out Dan Seals from the hat, and I was trying to figure out how many songs to do because Dan Seals has a lot of songs, and a lot of songs that are kind of overplayed. So I've come to the decision that we will play 2 forgotten favorites from Dan Seals every hour. And before we jump into these songs, I wanted to talk about Dan a little bit himself. So he was born on February 8th, 1948, and actually he just celebrated a birthday a few weeks ago, and I did not even know about that. He was also known as England Dan. His mother gave him that name, I'm pretty sure. He was the younger brother of Seals and Crofts member Jim Seals. Dan began a solo career starting in about soft rock and then moved to country music. In 1983, he moved to Nashville and was struggling to find success, but his voice was perfect for Nashville. His career, when he released the single God Must Be a Cowboy, the 4th and final single from his 1983 album Rebel Heart, the song peaked number 10 on the Billboard Country Charts, which became the first of 16 consecutive top 10 and number 1 singles and ended in 1990. That's pretty amazing. In 1985, Dan and Marie Osmond released a duet, Meet Me in Montana, and reached number 1, and was followed by 8 straight number 1 songs. Also in 1985, he released an album called Won't Be Blue Anymore, became his most successful studio album, reaching number 1 on the charts, and the first of 9 straight number 1 singles. The album's next single, Bop, was co-written by Paul Davis. It was his first solo number 1, and was named Single of the Year in 1986 at the CMA Awards, and was, I think, his biggest song ever. After that came the song Everything That Glitters Is Not Gold. It was about a rodeo cowboy having to cope with single parenthood. The song was written by Seals and Bob McDill. Sam Cooke covered a song of Dan's called Good Times in 1990. I did not know that. I just found that out earlier. It became his 11th and final number 1 song. After his last number 1, Dan Seals kind of took some time off from music and spent more time with his family and his religion. He had some really good songs between 1982 and 1990. We're going to play 8 of his forgotten favorites, and to be completely honest with you, this took me 30 seconds to find 8 Dan Seals forgotten favorites. It was super easy because I know about every Dan Seals song there is, and I know some songs that aren't played much. So we're going to play at least 8 of those this show. Also, in the past few weeks, I've been listening to music that I haven't heard in a long time. So in these next few shows, I'm going to try to play those songs I haven't played yet on the channel. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So each hour is 2 Dan Seals songs, plus music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. We always play that. This hour has music from Johnny Lee, KT Oslin, Alan Jackson, and none other than Elvis. The first Dan Seals song we will start on is a song that was written by Dan himself and was on his 1984 album San Antone, and was the B-side to the song You Bring Out the Wild Side of Me. In 1987, Dan recorded this song and was released the first and only single from his complication album The Best. I hope I said that word. I probably didn't. It peaked number 1 on the charts, becoming his 7th straight number 1. He re-recorded this song again for his 1995 acoustic album In a Quiet Room. So, if you didn't catch that, he recorded this song in 1983, 84, and then released it again in 1987 and became a big number 1, and then re-recorded it again in an acoustic album. The second song from Dan is a song I talked about a few minutes ago. It was written and first recorded by Sam Cooke in 1964. She didn't cover it. I thought she covered it. She originally did it. Dan's version was his very last number 1 on the charts and was his second single from his 1990 album On Arrival. That song was, I don't know if that song was a number 1, Love on Arrival. I don't think it's on the show this weekend. I probably should have put it on there. It's a good song. His version stayed at number 1 for 2 weeks and was his last top 40 hit of his career. If you guys would like to check out the actual playlist for the show, head over to my channel, You can use the link in the description. I always will give you a link for the show and some shorts that go along with it. And when you get there, please subscribe, like, and you can also drop a comment to request a song.